Okay, we're going to make mock tuna right now. And the way I usually make this at home is by putting the almonds and carrots through my juicer with the blank plate on. I have a single auger juicer at home, and I usually put it through and it really mushes up the almonds and the carrots. But I have done it with the food processor before, and that's the way we're going to do it now. So if you have a juicer at home, feel free to put it through with a blank plate and it'll really grind it up fine. And if you don't, you can do it in a food processor, and that's the method that we're going to do right now. So to make a mock tuna, it's pretty easy. I've made a mayonnaise already, and I'm going to use 1.5 cups of mayonnaise, which maybe here in the bowl I have a little extra in a jar just in case. I have 2 cups of almonds that have been soaking since last night, so I had them in a bottle in the fridge. So you want them soaking at least 8 hours. 6 to 12 hours is great for almonds. They're a harder nut, so they need to soak a little bit longer than most things. I have 3 carrots, 4 celery, 3 green onions, but these are huge, so I'm using 2. And I want 3 tablespoons of parsley, and that looks like at least 3 tablespoons of parsley. And I'm going to put it all in because I always get as much green as I can, wherever I can, and it'll be good in it. And what's going to give it the tuna flavor is the nori that I'm going to use. So I'm going to wet that up, and I'm going to chop it up and put it in the processor with everything. And it's going to have little tiny black flecks. Black's going to be orange with black flecks. It's really pretty, and it tastes delicious, and it tastes just like tuna. It's amazing. So I'm going to start with my almonds and carrots in the food processor because I want those to be ground really well. So the almonds are in. I've washed my carrots really well. They're nice organic carrots. So you could peel them if you wanted. And if they're smaller carrots, you can use 4 or 5. But these are a fair size. I was debating on using 4, but this will be fine. So just chop them up a little bit to go in the processor. Not too much because the processor's going to do all the work for you. And that's it. And then I'll keep stopping and scraping down the side. And I'm just going to blend it a lot till it gets really well processed. Oh yeah, that's great. It's really, it's well ground up. So we're going to put this into our bowl. Oops. Oops, I'm going to use that again. So this is the basis. It almost looks like salmon. I should call it raw salmon. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the rest of my vegetables into the food processor. Parsley. There, just the leaves of it. A few stems isn't going to hurt though. It's about a little over 3 tablespoons. put my nori in also now. I'm going to take out 2 sheets and I'm going to run it under the water, so it's going to soften it and it's going to start disintegrating. And then I'm going to just cut or tear it out and put it in the processor with the rest of the vegetables. I made sure they were wet on both sides. And sometimes it's easy to tear up. I'm just going to take my knife and chop it a little bit. There. And the blades of the processor will help break that up. Now with nori, I have a raw nori which is black. The most common nori that you see almost everywhere is green and it's roasted. So there's a big difference between the two. And this one's an organic raw sushi nori, so it's a high quality one. Goldmine makes a great nori. I have seen it dried in a Japanese store in town, but you never know the quality of it and where they get it from and what comes out of the sea with it, so I kind of trust the Goldmine a bit more. But there's quite a difference in the price too. The Goldmine is a little bit more expensive. So it's a debate which one to use, but if you can get the raw, it's really good. I'm just going to scrape it down one more time and that'll be that. It smells like tuna already. It's the seaweed that's giving that sea flavor. It's the smell. This tuna is great in a wrap too. It's nice to have as a pate that you can spread on crackers. You can just take a spoonful of it, a big spoonful, and have it at the side with the salad to kind of give you a little bit more of a nut-based meal that'll hold you over a little bit more. Just a salad on its own, but it's also great in a wrap with a collard or a lettuce leaf and rolled up. So there we have our vegetables all chopped up. Now we need a cup and a half of mayonnaise. And this is the mayonnaise I just made a little earlier. I don't think I'm going to have quite enough in the bowl, but I made lots, so I will have lots. Okay, so there's a cup here. I'm going to scoop out about half a cup out of my bottle. Okay, so I'm just going to mix these together, and then we're going to have some mock tuna. And this will stay in the fridge for a week easily. So it's a nice thing to have all week for lunches and dinner and whenever you feel like it. Now I'm going to taste it and make sure I have enough mayonnaise. You can adjust the mayonnaise however you like it. It's so much like tuna, it's awesome. It's a great vegan raw recipe. It's just like the tuna salad I used to have. It's quite delicious, and I hope you enjoy it.